that now on the status quo where the European countries like Italy, France, and Greece, they have become more developed by applying this common currency in the very first place. And also the status quo that Americans are becoming one of our common currency in Asia itself. We, as the Affirmative side of the House, would like to change this. And firstly, we give times to every country in Asia to 10 years to adopt and to change the currency to the new currency itself. And also the currency name, image, and so on will be decided at Final ASEAN itself. And also, it will be produced by every country with enough budget for the country citizens itself. And on the status quo, ladies and gentlemen, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Philippines, Timor-Leste are most of the developing countries in Asia. And basically, by adopting this common currency, this will make a betterment to this developing country so they can develop even more. As the first speaker, I will talk about economy impact of the common currency itself. And the second speaker will talk about the further impacts. Firstly, how it will create a better economy to our country by applying this common currency in the very first place. As what I told you at the beginning of this debate about the European country, that before there are lots of developing countries itself at the European, and after they applying this and in Europe and they apply this, in fact the amount of poverty, the amount of unemployment in Italy, France, and also Greece, and also the other countries of Europe basically are going drastically down by 65%. And also, how this Asian country itself will, at the end, this Asian country at first, of course, will unite as one to create a betterment. After this kind of things are applied, they will unite as one to share. Firstly, they would share their experience to those countries who are still developing, to help them to develop at the very first place. Why? Because they have one currency here. They have a unique currency. And here, together, the Asian will unite as one to develop this currency itself. And here, we believe that after this kind of things, this will unite the Asian country itself. And also, this will help with development of our countries. As you all know, many of our Asian countries have a lot of potential itself. But then, here, before this kind of common currency are being done, and this unity basically are not stand because they have a different currency itself, and they work individually. But here, if we unite them as one, and before further ado, I would like to give you a little analogy here. Let's just imagine there are 11 birds, and you compare it with single birds that are flying alone to build a nest. Which one will be faster? Of course, the one with 11 birds here is. And here on the status quo, where there are only one bird individually are building the nest of his or her own. And here, basically, this bird will take a lot of time and also will develop very slow. And at the end, this bird will hardly to improve at the end. And this nest building will take a longer time. Instead of doing that, the Affirmative House would like the 11 bird, would like to apply there about 11 bird that unite as one to create a nest, which is enough for them. And this will be faster. Why? Because they're not working individually here, ladies and gentlemen. They are working with teamwork. And here, also the developing. That is why we believe the development of the country in Asia itself will be equalized at the end, because they would like to improve their currency, and of course they will need to stabilize the economy in the Asian and the local economy itself. So that is why In the very first place, we believe that these common currency are feasible to be done and also are justifiable to be done. And about developing country will become more developed. This is what happened, as what I told you at the first of the debate. I've told you about what happened to the European countries. We would like to apply this regardingly to what happened on Europe. Exactly, that is what will happen to our country Asian. We would like to make those things happening in Asian because, as the matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, before there are tons of developing countries, even Europe with the wider area can do this kind of things. Why don't we apply it to Asia, which has a smaller range of area, and this will be much more feasible to be done than the Europe does.
Okay, basically when you are talking about European countries that are changing their currency into euro, those Europe countries are already developed when they want to make this same currency. But we are talking about Asian countries that are still in the level of developing countries on how
please.
Basically, ladies and gentlemen, not all of the Asian countries are not all of them are like this. There are developed countries in the Asian part, which is Singapore, and also they have one, and our Asian countries itself have a lot of potential. Like Indonesia has a cultural potential in tourism, and also Thailand has farming potential here, and also Vietnam has a potential in rice fields, and also about Malaysia also have attracting tourists, and also a few things about Singapore on its industrial, and also Brunei on its fossil fuels, ladies and gentlemen. So basically, Asian countries has a lot of potential. So basically, we believe, as the Affirmative House, we believe that common currency are feasible and justifiable to be done to create a better future towards our beloved area, Asia. Thank you.